welcome to another edition of Urban Times Today. I'm your host, KRUCIFIX, from Mr. Wanda Blake. What's going on?
What up?
All right, another day, another dollar. Hey. Well, as y'all know, in media, you have movies, video, music. You need that creative concept. You need that person who has that special eye. And we want to introduce to our audience, our fam, a very special individual, that creative mind behind KRUCIFIX production, Mr. MARLIN himself. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Man, it's good to have you here, man.
I'm glad to be here.
Hey, it's definitely good. Yeah, definitely. Hey, we wanted to bring you on and introduce you to our Urban Times family. We want to definitely talk about that creative process. I mean, there's a lot of good things that you're doing in the city right now, a lot of projects you've been involved in. Mm-hmm. So definitely want you to tell the audience, tell our fam about yourself.
Well, I'm KRUCIFIX Productions, the owner. MARLIN. My name is MARLIN.
Right.
I've been doing this for like almost 20 years, since I was 18 years old. I picked up a camera one day after seeing one of my friends. They had a video camera and it was showing him and his family on vacation. And I'm like, wow, man, you can capture the moment like that in motion, you know, without the pictures and this and that. So I decided to pick up a video camera and start filming my life pretty much. Got my whole life on camera.
We seen it.
Yeah, we have seen it, definitely. Well, I mean, you mentioned as far as like 20 years ago, you found that, you know, you just picked up a camera and did it. I mean, it had to be something that, you know, besides that, I mean, it had to be some sort of creative aspect, something that you used to do back then that just, you know, just sparked that creativity, that walked towards that.
Right. Early, when I was like 10, 12 years old, I would write stories. I was in a drama class coming up, and I loved to write. I would sit in my room, you know, by myself with the door shut. My mom would be like, boy, stop being a hermit, go outside. But I would rather be in my room and just coming up with characters and writing stories and little comic strips and stuff like that, man. I have a very broad imagination. And, you know, it just kind of kicked off from there, I guess. And the video camera, you know, with that coming into play, would allow me to be able to take those characters and stories and put them out as a film. Now, the thing about it is, when I first picked up the video camera, I wasn't thinking about like videography or shooting movies or anything like that. I just wanted to capture my life. So 20 years down the road, I can go back and look at it and have my kids look at it, stuff like that. But you know, getting into the whole film aspect didn't come to like around 2007, 8. And I'm like, you know what, it'd be cool if I make a movie. I didn't know how to make a movie or anything, you know, scripting or none of that. But I'm like, if I can write these stories and record it and put some characters in them, I might be able to make a movie like everybody else. But I didn't really pursue it until like 2011. No, actually.
Oh, wow.
And it's always been a hobby. A lot of people didn't even know I did videography. So.
But we've seen your videos, and that doesn't look like something that just transpired in 2011. And then you did mention that Danny Glover personally reached out to you. Yeah,
shout out to Martin and Danny Glover. His brother Martin had called me one day. Me and my wife was at a car lot and get a phone call, and it was like, hey, I'm Martin Glover, Danny Glover's brother, and I'm thinking somebody playing a trick. So I'm like, okay, I'm listening to him talk, and he was asking how much I charge and this and that, and I'm giving him the information, and I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, you know, guess what on the phone? So I asked him right before he got off, I'm like, now tell me your name again. He said, I'm Martin Glover, I'm Danny Glover's brother. So still it didn't set in. I'm like, man, somebody is playing with me, but we scheduled a date and met up with Danny Glover. He was by himself, real cool dude, funny, real cool dude. And I filmed they was doing something for a charity event, and they wanted me to film it. So that was like big for me, because he said they found me on YouTube. They were searching for a videographer in North Carolina, and they found me on YouTube and went to my website, and they said they was impressed and liked my work. So I'm like, wow.
And from 2011, that's got to be flattering. That
blew my mind.
Right.
I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
And that should tell you something about your creative niche, or we always say creative niche, but you know, that's exclusive. That's something that you have that he he was looking for, he could have chose anybody out of Charlotte.
Right.
And this just started in 2011. We've seen your work. Like I said, we were pretty big on just the dexterity of the color, pretty much everything that's going to bring that film alive.
Right.
And we see that in your work, that it's alive. It's not just something that you can catch on YouTube. It's something that should be somewhere else. So
No, it's just, I mean, you mentioned it yourself. I mean, YouTube. I mean, YouTube is a great platform that everybody's utilizing right now. And the fact that Danny Glover was able to go on there and he takes a look and he's like,
needle out of a haystack.
exactly. I mean, he sees it and he's like, I like this. And in order to reach out to you, I mean, that speaks volumes of what you're doing right now.
2011
Well,
volumes.
Actually, I shot a few videos around the 2009, and that was with a different camera. But like I said, I didn't really get into it till like 2011, because I'm like, man, there's a lot of people out here shooting videos, and I've been handling the camera for a long time. I'm like, I know I can do this, you know, and I love being creative.
Well, we see, I mean, it's just like even with fire in your videos, you see the color of that fire. You don't just see flames at a distance. You see the orange, the red, the different, I mean, because we're big on details.
Right.
I do, because, well, we do, but yeah, whatever. But it's just like, you know, even with the ice, even with the water dripping from the ice, you catch still shots like that, but nothing like that inside of a video. And you bring that element on your own, and that's like, okay, this should be on BET. This should be somewhere else other than just YouTube. So we picked up on that early on.
Cool. That's right there, right there. I would love to have some of my videos on BET, MTV, VH1. Actually, I have 2 clients who's trying to get their videos on BET or VH1 right now. So
now,
hopefully that goes
the
through.
video that Honey Dip made it to MTV. Did you take part in that one? Well, this was, which one?
Wow.
It was one, and she won the contest for that one. Was that your video that won that contest? I think
it had to be.
I think it was. I think it was. I can't remember. Was it Showstop? No, not Showstoppers. It was something else, and she won the contest. Yeah. And I said, this guy, he's got talent. Now, you did mention that you were going to be doing a film next year. Yeah. So how will you comprise that? How will you put that one together?
Well, I'm not going to really start writing till like towards the end of this year, because I have so many projects I got to get done, and people, I mean, I'm getting booked like 2 months ahead. Wow. So I really want to get more into the film side than music videos, which my heart is in the film. So I'm gonna start on the script probably towards the last quarter of this year, and next year I'll start casting, do a casting call, and hopefully I can get some people to back me financially and do it the right way. I really want to. I can do it, you know, now with what I have, but I really want to do it to where it can get Hollywood attention.
There you go. The creative aspect behind it has to be taken care of. I mean, you have to, everything happens in steps. And especially with the videos that you've done, we've noticed that as well, because each one of the videos, there's a story behind it. Right. And that story comes out clear. And from there, you're like, yeah, I get it. That's definitely what he was talking about. So you kind of get people that can relate to it. So yeah, you definitely want to take your time in regards to it.
Right. Yeah. And then when you do the videos, you know, because you can work with any artist, what is it that you look for when you decide, okay, you got so many people coming at you because of your, I know you do, you know what I mean, because we've seen the work. How do you choose which one best fits your organization or company? I'm going to be honest, I will film with anybody. I don't care if you're a celebrity or a nobody. You know, everybody's somebody. But, you know, I'll film with anybody, man. I mean, you got the budget, you know, we can film. But, you know, there are some artists that I like to film with because they allow me to bring out that creativity. Like I can tell, shout out to Honey Dip, I can tell Honey Dip to do anything and she'll do it. I'll be like, look, jump off that roof and land and roll over, and she'll do it. You know, and I like that, you know, because, you know, she's not thinking inside the box. Some artists,
I may tell to do certain things, and they might look at me and like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" I'm like, "Man, you gotta trust me." And I tell everybody that. I'm like, "Just trust me."
Right. Well, we really, I'm always talking, we really gonna co-sign you. We're going to jail, but.
Yeah, honey dip, don't jump off of, you just, it's an analogy, okay? Yeah.
But no, we're not going to jail. I'll take that back. Powers in the tongue. But we seen the one that you did with Honey Dip and in the bathroom stall.
Right,
I mean, and that was definitely realistic, as though real act. Well, you have to act.
Right.
But that was very creative what you did with that. So we like that. You probably like, they've been watching me for a long time.
Yeah. Actually, that video, some controversy had sparked that video.
Yeah.
People was talking and
Because of the kid at the end.
No, before we did the video, I guess people was talking a little, trash about Honey Dip, and then, people were saying little things about me. Oh,
that's what brought it about.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm about to show these people, we about to kill the game right now. Don't talk junk because I'll kill you in the video.
Right.
But I told Honey Dip, I called her and I'm like, look, we're gonna do something different and we're gonna make this video big. I say, trust me, I'm gonna write the script and we're gonna do this and we're gonna change the game. And we dropped the video and it changed the game.
We've been waiting on part 2 because I wanted to know what happened with the cash.
Yeah. Now with that, when you wrote the script, was it the night before, or was it like as you were there on set and it was just like what I have here, and then all of a sudden other ideas that came in and it just added to the creativity?
I did the script in like a week.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest, like 50% of the videos I shoot, the creativity comes from on set.
There you go.
Like I can have the ideas done, but I can show up on the location and be like, oh man, we can use that, we can do this, we can do that.
Like off the cuff.
So yeah, exactly.
Use your surroundings.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
So where is your next when you choose a location, do you look at the artist and say, okay, like, because when we do shoots, or not shoots, but look at prospects to do photos for the magazine, we think about their personality, what element they need to be in versus, okay, they want to be over here. No, that's not your element. That's not not the environment that you need to be in. So how do you choose that for your artist?
Well, if I do the treatment for them, I listen to the song, and this is going to sound kind of crazy. I'll take the song and I'll try to do something total opposite of what people expect. So you might hear something and be like, oh man, they're going to be in the hood and doing this, and I'll do something totally different with it. I have them in a car wash up against the wall or whatever, because I could turn any location into something different. I can make this look like a club inside here. Actually, I did this guy named Ryan King, one of my clients, and people thought we was in a club, but we was in the basement. But it was just the way I had it set up, and it looked like a club down there.
Now, with your videos and your creativity, you're multifaceted. We know that. But like with your mindset, because you see a lot of videos every day, and the song doesn't match what's going on in the video, and that is your sole purpose. So it doesn't match. So because I was always thinking, gosh, I don't get it. It's not. So that's it's a reason behind it, because you want to be creative. You don't want people to just guess what's going on. Okay, because I was curious about that. And I'm like, dude, that doesn't even look.
If you look at a lot of videos on MTV, you will see a lot of that. I love those videos because they thinking outside the box, and I've read articles on other videographers who've done big budget videos, and they like, don't follow what the song is talking about. Do something different. I'm like, I like that. So,
Now, how was it working with Demetrius Richardson?
Oh man, Demetrius is a great artist. Shout out to Demetrius. He killed that song. We killed the video. We just shot that like last weekend, and it's gonna be an awesome vid. Like, I can't wait to get it done. I've been hitting them every day, like, yo man, I'm doing this to it, I'm doing that to it, and I know he's on the phone like, we should be quiet about this video. But I'm really excited because he allowed me to do what I want to do. He was like, man, I'm gonna follow suit. Whatever you tell me to do, we're gonna make it happen. And one thing I told him and the model was we gotta make it seem real. It have to when people watch it, they need to see that y'all in a real relationship.
They need to believe
that you're going through something for real. And whenever y'all watch it from the beginning to the end, it's going to be a very emotional video. It's a sad video, but a great song.
Right. Well, we see, again, the dexterity is all about, you know, first of all, if that color is off, I'm not going to want to watch it. I want something that's going to pull me in. I want explosive. I mean, I think that when you promote somebody, it should be explosive to the best of your ability to bring out that artist. So, and what other producers would you want to pair up with?
As far as...
Or are you just a one-man show?
I'm a one-man show, and I would love to work with other videographers and stuff. Like, actually, Manny Mac, he reached out to me. I've had a lot of other videographers reach out to me, and I don't mind working with them, but I have so much going on right now, and there's so much I want to get off my mind and my chest. I'm like, man, I got 50 million things I want to do as far as film and video. So, you know, I'll work with whoever, man. As long as they move forward.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, you know, hey, well, no, if you had your choice then of, say, an artist, any artist that's out there right now.
Local or?
Any. It could be local, it could be even well-known celebrity status, walk the red carpet, and you had your choice, and you could apply all your creativeness to them for the next thing, what would it be?
T.I.
Whoa.
That's different. I mean, that
says a lot, though.
Because we always hear Kendrick Lamar.
I like Kendrick Lamar, too.
Kendrick Lamar is good, but you said T.I., and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm thinking outside the box as well. What is your reason why T.I.?
I don't know, man. It's something about him. I watched a couple of his videos, and I'm like, something about this dude. I want to work with him. I also want to work with 50, believe it or not. I want to work with 50. I always wanted to work with 50.
Now, even though he's not doing anything right now.
Right. But as far as film work, you know, I would love to work with
He's a pretty good actor, though. I mean, in the pieces that he's done over the years, even, you know, beyond him being a rap artist, but in different movies that he's been involved, he's actually a pretty good good actor. I mean, you know, and he brings across that type of dynamic in which, you know, I got a lot on my chest, I got to get it out. And a lot of times they misconceive that it's got to be thuggish, but there's been some roles in which he's played in which it wasn't that. He's played police officers, he's played partners, boxing, you know, his own, you know, biography, so to speak. I mean, so that says a lot that, you know, you're looking at it from that aspect, not even musical, but just to film him, to film an actor.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people, man, that I'm not going to do your typical hood movies. Actually, I'm probably not going to do any. I may do one or two, but I don't like, you know, every black movie to come out, it have to be something about the hood.
Okay.
You know, I look up to Steven Spielberg and Stephen King.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love
Seriously.
Stephen King.
I like out of the box type stuff. You're going to see me do probably a lot of crazy movies, you know, where somebody just flip out in mind and, you know, doing some crazy stuff. So,
but that's what sets you aside from everybody else, is that you don't want it ordinary, you want it above that. So I mean, anybody who works with you should be honored, you know, that you would go to the extra mile to make sure that it's not gonna be like anybody else's stuff. Somebody throat may get slit, you know.
Oh wait a minute, he didn't say like somebody throat gets slit. I thought he meant like
Stephen King.
Oh yeah, but then you said Spielberg. It's like
I'm like, my eyes are wide open.
Yeah, you trying to scare people.
I mean,
kids.
when you think about movies.
She's not trying to scare y'all.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like you don't want it the same though. You want to try something different. I mean, not saying we're not promoting anything negative, but as far as in our communities, you don't see that. You know what I mean? You didn't go to school for it, and this is 20 years that you've been doing it. Only several years that you've gotten that just dues just by working with somebody who's renowned. You're not going to see that because they, again, just like I had told you, everybody says that they're the best. This is, you know, they turn their nose up at learning new things, and you're willing to do that. So yeah.
I just making sure I didn't want to scare the kids, y'all. I'm just saying.
I want to do the unexpected, man. I don't want nobody to expect something from me like, oh, I know what type of movie he gonna do. I know what type of video he gonna do. I'm gonna do the unexpected.
That's good.
Shock people.
Now, what's your budget? Because we've seen your work.
Yeah.
I work with any artist budget. You know, usually I try to push artists to be like, okay, if you give me around $500, we can do this. But the bigger the budget, the more we can do. Because I base how long I'm going to film, how much time I'm going to put in, and how much detail I'm going to put in on the amount of your budget. So if we're going to film for 10 hours, then, you know, it's probably going to be around $1,200 or so.
Right.
But I will spend that 10 hours getting every shot possible.
Right.
Details. Like you say, you like details.
Oh, yeah.
I love details. But, you know, we only film it for like 3 hours. No, you know, there's so much I can
It's
do.
only so much you can do.
Right.
Still going to look good, but there's so much I can do in 3 hours.
Right.
Have you ever had an artist that kind of limited you in your creativity?
Unfortunately, to a certain extent, I have had artists that limited my creativity. Like I said, I approached them with an idea, and I could tell that they may not want to do it, you know, by the response. And I'm like, well, you ain't got to do that. And I'm like, man, dang, they don't know that this could have been great.
Right.
But it's cool. You know, I do whatever the client want me to do, but I try to push them to, you know, do something different to go farther, raise the bar a little bit.
Now, would you want to teach a school for this videography?
I've had so many people hit me up wanting me to teach them, you know, certain things. And I'm willing to do that, you know, in due time. But right now, I'm just trying to enjoy the moment. And, like I said, get these projects done.
Because you're passionate about it.
Right. But
Yeah.
eventually, I'm going to do that. You know, I'm not selfish out there.
You self? No, I'm kidding.
She done called the get selfish on live TV.
Oh, TV. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, it's just, you know, when you have so much to offer when it comes down
Yeah.
to that, again, everybody wants to be great, but everybody doesn't have what you have. They don't embody that. And that's because this is a passion. You started out just shooting videos for your family.
Right.
You wanted a time capsule for your family.
Right.
And you ended up being that #1 guy in Charlotte. You know, where Danny Glover's brother contacted you personally and said, hey, I need you. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I'm blessed.
yeah,
you
you're
go.
going to want people, children who's like wanting to study this craft that you have. I mean, because again, you go to school for this, you're not going to learn what you have,
Right.
you know,
Right.
so I was just curious about it.
If you had one, I guess, helpful word of advice to up-and-coming videographers, you know, somebody who is, you know, that child or that teenager that picks up that camera and he's looking at it and he's just like, you know, yeah, I could do that, you know, and he sits in front of the TV and he's watching MTV and,
Right.
you know, BET, and he gets that glimmer that he wants to do it. What would you tell him?
Do whatever you want to do. And, you know, don't let anybody stop your creativeness. You don't have to follow trends, fads, do whatever is in your heart.
Conform.
You know, yeah. Do whatever you want to do. Because I'll do whatever. I've actually had somebody come back and tell me, now this guy's a credible guy. He makes about $14 million a year. I'm not going to say his name. But he told somebody else, like, KRUCIAL need to keep his videos more simple. Don't nobody want to see all of that and this and that. And it kind of upset me, but it motivated me because I'm like, man, I do what I want. And I just took it up another notch.
Right,
you know?
right.
I say people come to me because of that. So
Right.
I'm not going to do, I don't even know how to do simple work.
Right.
You know? What's simple?
Right. I mean, that's somebody else's idea.
Exactly.
Right.
That's not yours. I mean, you should never conform when it's your craft. That's
Exactly.
something that you do. That's not something that he does.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
you know, I do, you know, with, like Carrie said, that glimmer, or what is the number, how do you know that this is it? What was that thing that struck out and you said, good gosh, this is what I'm going to keep doing. I'm not going to put it down.
Right.
Well, I mean, that goes back to when I first picked up the video camera. I just fell in love with, you know, being able to capture the moment. So it always been in me. Always been there.
Like
I never thought that I would be doing it for a living, but it always been there.
Now, do you work a full-time job?
This is my full-time
See,
job.
There you
I
go.
take care of
That's
my
it.
wife and kids off videography.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. I mean, because when you have a craft, people
Right.
call it a hobby. This is not a hobby. This is your
Right.
way of living. This is your lifestyle. And then, like we talked about you being able to go and film at the Levine. You
Right.
know, you don't get invited to
Right,
Levine.
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, I was honored to be up in there because I'm looking around and I'm like, I'm the only me up in here. And I'm looking at Channel 9, 36. You know, they got all the big boy cameras and stuff, and I'm here with my little camera, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy working alongside of them and being able to meet, you know, people like Gabby Douglas and stuff like that, you know, in the same room, and you know, we can actually hug them and talk to them, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Well, it would. Don't discount yourself just because your equipment is small. Your equipment
Right.
gets the job done.
Yeah.
But when I saw that, I'm like, he got to go there and I work here.
Exactly.
Jealous.
Very, very, very. But that says a lot, though. I mean, because it also shows you humility. Because I mean, you recognize everything that you've done has been. It's been a path. It's been a travel. I mean, you know, from the time which you started, and you know, if you think about it, how technology has advanced so much, and you know, you probably started off from this to this
I still have my first video
Polaroid.
camera. I still have my first video
Oh, yeah.
camera in
Wow.
pristine condition.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's in the case.
It reminds you. It reminds you definitely.
When you get that award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that right there, and then put the award right next to it as well.
Coming. We
Yeah.
see it in you. I mean, you just have it. And
I appreciate that.
I mean, like, how many artists can you in Charlotte or outside of Charlotte have you worked with a ballpark figure?
Maybe about 20, 30, maybe.
Whoa.
From 2011 until now.
Well, from 2008.
And
Well, 2009 until now.
now, you said that you may do hours worth of shots, and that's going to cost about $1,500.
Right.
But within those hours, but you know what? That's a whole nother show. 'Cause I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I gotta want to know, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And then only have a 30-minute video. I'm just like,
I would take every possible shot that I can get in the time frame that I have. And whenever I go to edit, then I'm going through 300, 400, 500 clips of video, and I'm taking the best shots and pasting them together. You know, that's why I take so many shots. I tell people, you know, I do my videos from a filmmaker point of view,
Right.
and not actually a videographer point of view.
Right.
I do it as if I'm making a movie,
Right.
and that's why a lot of my videos come out looking like a movie
all of them.
because of the shots.
Right.
So,
Well, that says a lot. I mean, he's painstaking when he's, like you said, the detail.
yeah, detail.
It's the detail. Yeah, I took your word. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's the detail. It's the detail. But that's important, though, because, I mean, people want to know what they have and what they can get. So, well, fam, we want to thank you once again for joining us here at Urban Times today. I'm your host, Kerry Digsby, along with Tawanda Blake. And we have the man himself, Marlin, from KRUCIFIX Productions. We'll see y'all soon. Thank you.